Hey, hello. Happy Saturday, everybody out there. Happy Saturday. What is the date? I don't know. It is the 15th of October. How's everybody doing? Halloween ends weekend. I'm sure everybody had a great time. If you've seen Halloween Ends, I'm sure everybody loved it. I mean, I haven't seen anything that anybody didn't like it, right? Right? I mean, it's got positive raving reviews. I mean, I haven't seen anybody. Wait, what? Nobody likes? No? Rick, you don't like it? No. Jim? No. Sean? No. Damn. Anybody? Anybody like Halloween Ends? I know it's not a popular movie at this point in time. I get it. Didn't have the reception that most of us Halloween fans were expecting. Going to see Halloween Ends, we were excited. We were, optimistic that it was going to be something amazing, something to give us that satisfaction of a last act in a trilogy that, left us speechless, but in a good way, not in a bad way. But I'm here tonight to talk about all the spoilers, all the goody goodness of Halloween Ends. I just was on the Lost River Drive-In last night with Nick. We hung out for about an hour and 45 minutes, talking all things Halloween Ends, and we had a really, really good time. But I have not discussed anything yet on this channel, so I figured, why not jump on tonight? I had a free night. My wife's not home, so why not jump on here and talk some Halloween Ends? Let me put a poll in the chat real quick. I kind of figure I know which way it's going to go, but I want to drop it in here anyway. I'm very excited to see what you guys think. I think I already know, but how's your Saturday, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? Because I'm doing great. I had a lot of Halloween festivities today. Had a good time. It's fall. It's beautiful in Western Pennsylvania. Had a great day. Went to my mother-in-law's house with all the kids. Had a great time. Did some Halloween bingo. Had some Halloween-themed food. It was a good time. What else did we do today? We got some family pictures today. So that was exciting. And you never know how that's going to go. But I'm here tonight, and I can't wait to dive in. Let me put this poll in the chat. It's going to break my heart, I'm sure, but I'm going to drop it in there anyway because I have to. Okay, let me put some choices in here for you guys. Some choices. Let's see. I don't know. I probably don't want to even see this, but I'm gonna do it because I want to hurt my own feelings. I want to hurt them so bad. I haven't really seen anybody that's super crazy in love with this film yet, besides me and James and my boy Nick. So let's freaking drop the poll in the chat. It is down there. Let me know your thoughts. Let me say my hellos, and then let's get into this discussion. First and foremost, want to thank my boy LaMantra. Before the show even started, $1.99 Super Chat said, I appreciate you, my man. Love you, brother. Well, I appreciate you too, LaMantra. All the support that you've given me. We had that blast of a time on the Scream Watch Along for Watch Until You Drop. All very, very much appreciated, buddy. Appreciate everything you do. Always here to show support. Really do appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Let's see who else we got. Boogman, Flamethrower, Fluff. What's up? Axel, what's going on, buddy? From far, far away. How are you? I know you said you loved Halloween Ends. Andrew Stevens, my man. Ashton Luck, good real. Brett, yeah, how about them balls, huh? Beating Bama. I hate Bama, so way to go, buddy. Todd Thibodeau, my man. Gary Sim, from my brother from across the pond. How are you? I'm not used to you being in here because it's always so late, but love seeing you in there, buddy. Love it. Ashton Luck, what's up? Courtney Reed, my dude, what's going on? Gory Tiger, let's go. Oh, whoa. This chat's bumping. Camp Blood Media, what's up, Josh? How are you? Melissa, nice to see you in here. You go make some videos, buddy. Inspiration's what I do. inspiration. He sees me doing a video, he wants to go do a video. Gotta love it, gotta love it. If you're here, definitely make sure hit the like button for me. Means a lot. Not that this video is going to get out to anybody, but you know, it's worth a shot. Definitely make sure to click the like button. If you're new here for some reason and like what you see, hit the subscribe button. It means the world. And links will be down below to my Patreon and my Instagram and all my social media. Oh, you want to come up already? Here's a Halloween Ends fan. Here's a Halloween Ends fan right here. Let's do this. He didn't watch the movie, I don't think. He didn't watch the movie. But let's go. I know this has been a super crazy divisive film. So, I mean, it's only been out since Thursday. And it is so divisive, it isn't even funny. Oh my gosh, give me 1 second. My kids need me. You want the wrestling ring? You want this on the other side? All right, look at me. I'm a dad, being a dad, and doing a stream, because that's what I do. Let me get this over here for my son, because I care about his feelings. There you go, buddy. Enjoy. And that is how you do the dad thing and stream at the same time. Appreciate that, guys, in the chat. I do. Look at that. Everybody's supporting me. I appreciate it. All right. So, Halloween Ends. All right. Going into this, we obviously knew it was going to be different. We've heard it a million times from everybody involved. Jamie Lee, Christopher Nelson, Nick Castle, David Gordon Green, everybody. So we knew going in it wasn't going to be the typical slasher flick that we're used to. And just to promote Halloween Ends some more, I will drink from my officially licensed Halloween Ends cup. Let me just take a drink. It's going to be sweet. That Halloween Ends goes down smooth, at least for me. But we knew it was going to be weird. We knew it was going to focus on Corey Cunningham. And like, who the hell is Corey Cunningham? You're going to introduce a new character. A new character in the third movie of a trilogy that we've already established this current path we're on. And then instead of doing it on the the same night as the first two films, you're going to put a 4-year time jump. And I know that kind of threw a little wrench in. And what are they going to do? How are they going to explain all this? What? I don't understand. They didn't. And they did not explain where Michael has been. We don't know what he's been doing for the past 4 years. And I'm fine with it, because if they would have gave us an explanation, I'm sure the fan base would have been pissed off about that as well. So it's probably better that they did not give us any information whatsoever as to what he's been doing. However, I'm going to go over my likes and my dislikes. I'm not 100%, I'm not 100% everything was perfect. They didn't do anything wrong. That's not how I feel about this movie at all. Not at all. But the opening scene, we're getting introduced to Corey right off the bat. We see this nerdy kid going to babysit on a bike. First off, a bike. He's 21 years old, driving a bike. Could be similar to the 40-year-old virgin. Who knows? Good movie. Steve Carell, Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd. Good film. Yeah, he's going out to babysit. He's not even a typical babysitter. He just was filling in. So that's the way fate has already affected this story right off the bat. The opening scene, to me, very different than what we're used to. It had nothing to do with Michael Myers, nothing to do with Laurie Strode. And I was totally cool with it. I think that little kid, the Jeremy kid in the beginning, was a total dickhead. He's a little smart-ass kid. Did Corey mean to do what he did? No. And if Jeremy didn't put him in that situation, it never would have happened in the first place. If he wouldn't have played that trick on him, thinking somebody actually broke in or somebody took him or someone's abusing him upstairs, we wouldn't even have been in this situation to begin with. And as rich as these people were, you're trying to tell me that they didn't have any kind of camera system, no surveillance, nothing like that. Nothing like that in this rich-ass house. Very hard to believe. But, he trapped him in the door. Corey was just trying to get out. Obviously, he may be 21 years old, but he was scared in that dark, I guess it was a closet or cubby or whatever it was. But he didn't mean for what transpired to happen. It was an accident. But of course, if you walk in the door, you're just standing there. And that actually did catch me by surprise, dude. Like, That door swung open, cracked him in the face. Yes. Oh, kids, they're crazy. You're the man. You're the man, buddy. That door hit him in the face, falls over that balcony, and his body just like fucking bends over like the Exorcist and shit. And the blood just started pouring out, and then all the parents do is look up and see Corey up there standing with a knife. So obviously, first thing you're going to notice is, holy shit, Corey just killed my son. And obviously that's the way it went down. Obviously he had to get booked and arrested and all that stuff because he was under suspicion. He's a person of interest. He's under suspicion. Obviously the police don't know what exactly happened, so they have to go through this whole ordeal. And obviously they found that out to be an accident. But his parents still think of him as a killer, and obviously they're gonna project that onto, Haddonfield, the community. They're going to assume that, dude, this is the killer. Could we have another Michael Myers situation on our hand? Are we going to have another Haddonfield boogeyman? And, Haddonfield's already been through so much the past Halloween. So, of course the town's scared. They don't know what else to do. But, that was a shocking opening. I knew he was going to die. I did. I mean, everybody did, because that was the whole point of this movie. The whole point of this movie, pretty much. Didn't expect it to be like that. And the whole audience, along with myself, jumped and was like, oh, holy shit. Like, boom, opening credit sequence. We're going, as these movies progress, we're going Halloween 1, Halloween 2. Obviously, this is the third in the trilogy. We're going Halloween 3 with the blue block lettering. I did feel that the theme, I don't know, for some reason it was screaming Halloween 4 to me, which could be a possibility because obviously Halloween 3 did not have that specific Halloween music. Obviously, they had the Silver Shamrock jingles and all that other kind of music, synthetic music and whatnot. So it didn't really have it. So they wouldn't be able to use the same music. So I'm feeling more of a Halloween 4 kind of tone. And if I would have one criticism right off the bat, so that you guys know I'm not just sucking this movie's Halloween Corey Cunningham cock. I did think that the soundtrack was a little weak. I think it was the weakest of the three for me personally, especially coming off of Halloween Kills with all those amazing tracks on it. And then we kind of get this one. It's kind of just like, eh. Yes, they threw in some other stuff that wasn't the typical Halloween music. I was fine with it. I was jamming. I was having a good time, dude. So it didn't bother me at all. But I would have to say the soundtrack for sure was definitely, bottom of the barrel for this trilogy personally. So that's where I would have to go with it. I do see a lot of love for Corey. Richard says Halloween Ends was pure crap, and I respect your opinion, my man. I remember you saying you didn't like it too much, and that's okay. I'm not on this channel. I'm not here to if you liked it. If you didn't, it's fine. Anybody's welcome. Just be respectful. That's all I ask, because everybody's going to take this movie differently, and every single movie they ever watch differently. So it's not really worth getting really pissed off and upset about it. So it's if you didn't like it, fine by me. If you loved it, awesome. Wasn't for you, that's cool. Doesn't bother me one bit. Just oh, thank you, Richard. I appreciate that, buddy. Yep, just be respectful, and that is cool with me for sure. Yep, I'm doing. I see that ZRS guitar. Zach, what is going on, Zach? What is up, buddy? How the hell are you, buddy? How are you? Definitely the weakest for sure. Oh, damn, Brett's gonna say mean things to me, you piece of shit. David Smart, what's going on, buddy? How are you? That's fine. That's fine. I've never watched Wonder Woman 84. I've never watched the first Wonder Woman, so I have no idea what those movies entail. But more power to you if you want to go check it out instead of Halloween Ends. I totally respect it. Not a problem with me at all. But yeah, so we get the opening credits. Yeah, I need to see Terrifier 2, Ashton, for sure. And Barbarian. I do need to watch both of those. I really, really want to see Barbarian. Terrifier 2, I mean, I do want to see, obviously, but I definitely want to see the other one first. And I want to see Smile. Oh, my God. Just smile, everybody. It's the weekend. Smile. But we get to introduce Corey and all that opening, and boom, that's it. We're into the film, and obviously, as this movie goes along, we don't get as much Michael Myers as obviously we would have hoped. I know it's a Halloween movie. It's Michael Myers. Where is he? Where is he? What is he over here? Is he over there? Is this Halloween 3 all over again? Which people love Halloween 3, so I'm not even going to fucking talk about that. But this one, obviously, the beginning of this movie, definitely a slow burn, which I am not a huge fan of slow burns. But then again, the original Halloween 78 was a slow burn. So, and that's my favorite horror movie of all time. So, it didn't bother me that this was a slow burn. I was very invested in the Corey character. I love all the connections to Christine. It was Christine just in Halloween form for me. Now, that's how I felt about this movie. And it definitely had Carpenter all over this bad boy. It was screaming John Carpenter. And are all Carpenter's movies bangers? No, they're not. He has his ups and downs too. There's some that people love and some that people don't like at all. I mean, look at The Thing from 1982. The Thing. Nobody liked The Thing when it came out. It didn't hit. It wasn't that popular. But as time went on, people really loved The Thing. It became one of probably the best horror movies of all time. It's definitely one of John Carpenter's best movies of all time for sure. So this movie might not hit right now. It might not hit. It might hit later. It might get that cult following that other movies have. But as of now, oh, David, I do agree with that, my friend. They can't do the Exorcist franchise. They're gonna mess that up as well. I don't think they messed up Halloween, in my opinion, but I do think that they're not gonna do justice to Exorcist. Not at all. I don't think it doesn't even need any more movies at all, in my personal opinion. So I don't think they should touch it at all. But they're into making money. They're trying to pretty much monopolize this horror genre and just kind of own them all. Because I know they want Friday. I know they want Nightmare. They just want them all, and they want to put their hand in all the pots, but we'll see. You hated Christine, Richard. I loved Christine very, very much. And this Corey Cunningham reminded me of Arnie Cunningham to a T. The glasses, the nerdiness fit perfectly. So that might be one reason why I love this movie more than other people do. But definitely a character-driven film, at least for the majority of this movie. I loved Corey and Allison's relationship in this movie. Yes, did it move along fast? I agree. It did move along rather quickly. But if you remember, Allison said that she, whenever she heard about Corey, that she knew that she needed to meet him, and she kind of knew, she knew who he was already. So I kind of think that's why it moved along so quickly. And I thought their chemistry was great. I thought Rowan Campbell, who played Corey, did an amazing job. I've never seen him in anything else. I do believe he will get definitely a lot more roles from now on. I thought his performance, his portrayal was fantastic. I thought he owned. He was dramatic. He was funny. He was, all over the board, emotional. I thought it was great. Oh man, you're good, David. You're good. You are being polite. You're just speaking your mind. I appreciate it, buddy. I do. You have a good one too, buddy. If you want to stay, you can stay. It doesn't matter. You're being fairly respectful, so you're cool with me, David. I appreciate it. Ashton Luck, I don't even think the original Exorcist is that good. Runs away. I'm gonna be honest with you, Ashton. I'm not a fan of the original Exorcist either, so I might love this David Gordon Green trilogy of it. I have no idea. I'm not a huge fan, so it's not gonna bother me what they do to it. They could totally destroy it, and I probably wouldn't bat an eye, even though I just said they shouldn't touch it. But it's not really my thing, not at all. Nikki X, what's going on? Welcome. I like Christine, and I liked Corey, but he wasn't meant to be the main story events. Actually, I think he was. That's the direction that David wanted to go. They put Michael on the back burner. Obviously, he's been through a lot of shit. 4 years passed by, you would be like, oh, maybe he could regain his strength and come back. But obviously, he still didn't. As they say, the more he kills, the more he transcends. So he needed, I guess the way they've taken that in this trilogy is that he needs to kill frequently and often in order to be as powerful and as strong as, he was in Kills. But I think that's the problem. I think Kills kind of ruined the effect that this movie had. If if Kills wouldn't have existed and it would have jumped straight from, the end of 2018 and jumped to Ends, I don't know if the hate would have been there. I don't know if it would be this well received, because obviously he just would have escaped the fire. We would have assumed he's been dead. We would have no idea. And then all these years pass by, and then Michael comes back. I do think this film was lacking a little bit for me in the Myers department. I wanted to see a few more kills from Myers. Not that Corey Cunningham's kills weren't brutal and awesome, because I loved all the kills in this film. Yes, more cutaways than we're used to in a Halloween movie. I get it. I do. However, if you remember, Halloween 78, I know it's a different time. I know it's a different era of horror movies. There was not that much blood. The kills were toned down dramatically. We got a strangle, a stabbing in a car through a fogged up window that we couldn't see. We got Bob's kill to the wall. Yes, that was cool and brutal. However, you didn't really see the blood. It was dark, the atmosphere. You couldn't really get a good look. So I don't know. I think, the climate of today's horror, and I don't think Terrifier 2 did this movie any favors with the graphic and brutal violence that we had. So, I think people were expecting to see a lot more. And knowing how Kills was, you should have known that Ends wasn't going to be as brutal. We knew that from the get-go. They pretty much came out and said that it wasn't going to be that kind of movie. And being a slasher, being a gore hound that I am, I was pleased with it. I enjoyed the kills for what they were. Was there a couple too many turn away too quickly, can't get a full view of what's going on? Yes, but it didn't ruin the movie for me. And the fact that Michael wasn't doing them should have probably ruined the movie for me, because it definitely ruined the movie for a lot of you guys out there that are not a fan of this movie. But it did not ruin the movie for me. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But as this movie goes along and we're introduced to Laurie again, this version of Laurie Strode, in my personal opinion, is the best Laurie Strode in the Halloween franchise. We get that 78 quirkiness and fun and kind of bashful and shy version. Plus, we get a little bit of the 2018 version where, she's still prepared if shit goes down. And I kind of seen a little bit of Halloween H2O in there as well. Obviously relying a little bit more on alcohol in this one, so that kind of a little throwback to that. But definitely for me personally, Laurie Strode's best movie in the franchise. I said it here tonight. I said it last night as well on the Lost River Drive-In channel. That's just how I feel, and that's just my thoughts on Laurie Strode. I think it definitely redid her character and gave her a lot more justice compared to what they did in Ends and Kills. Obviously, she wasn't in too much, so I really, really do like what they did. Destiny, how are you? Hope you are doing good. The Entertainment Hideout, welcome. Loving seeing all these faces. It really, really means a lot to me, guys. Appreciate it. Nikki X says, Corey could have taken Halloween in a new direction. I would have liked to have him seen at the end while they were killing Michael. Corey's hand takes Michael's mask. I said that. I said that exact same thing to my wife yesterday. I think maybe we shouldn't have actually seen Corey die. I mean, we see that he got shot, and we just assume he is dead. When Michael comes in, grabs the mask off of the floor. Corey is still laying there. He doesn't reach over, doesn't get his neck snapped by Myers. I think we just let him go. But they didn't want to do any more movies, so I think that's why they did it. Let him go. We assume he's dead. He did get shot up here. So, and then he stabbed himself in the throat. But would have been a little far-fetched unless the evil was passed to him. But would have been cool to see him kind of like roll out of the way. And after the movie's over, they zoom back. Corey is gone. And then somehow Myers' mask is removed from the countertops. But they, like I said, they didn't want to leave this open-ended. They wanted a definitive ending, so they had to do it that way. I guess I understand, but I would have loved for Corey to live and then take on the mantle. You know what I mean? Take it on, because Halloween 4 looks like they were going to go that route with Jamie Lloyd. They were going to, that's the way that it appeared it was going to be. And then, you know, the evil went full circle. She has the evil now. And, you know, that was the end. But then they came back with Halloween 5 and then blah, 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 blah. And can't do a movie without Michael Myers because the fan base loses their mind. No, Melissa, Nick Castle was in the movie. He was in the movie. He was at the party. He was at that bar and he opened up his shirt and was like, see anything you like. So that was the role, the little cameo that he had. I did not like it, to be honest. I thought it was super corny. I wish they would have used him a different way. Courtney Reed says kills is the real ends. Well, I respect your opinion, Courtney Reed. You are amazing. But I disagree. Disagree! But that's okay. We're all here to have a good time. Disagree. But, yeah. Going back to where I was, Lori was great. I loved her scene at the supermarket with Hawkins. You know, whenever she was like, I love your face. I mean, I love seeing your face. I love that little quirkiness she did. If I'm going to be honest, at that scene, she reminded me of the Christmas with the Cranks. If you've ever seen that movie with Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen, that's kind of what she reminded me of at that scene. Her in Christmas with the Cranks. So I love seeing her that way. I love the way she was dressed. It just made me feel that this was the Lori that I missed. This is the Lori from 78, the one that we always wanted, but never got again. And I really did like that. And unfortunately, her and Hawkins, we assumed going into this movie they were going to be living together. They were going to be engaged or married. But no, unfortunately, they weren't. They just, you know, they went their separate ways. And I guess kills just kind of too much for them to handle together. And I guess they just had to go their separate ways. But really, really wish they would have stayed as a couple in this movie. But that is here nor there. Go Vols, Mega Cat, my man. What's up? The Vols with a big win, knocking off Alabama, who I hate very much. So rock on, guys. Rock on. Flamethrower says, Matt, that's exactly what I said. Jamie and Corey were both bullied and had mental connection with Michael. I liked it a lot. Richard says the best Lori is for me is H2O. 2018 is very far-fetched. How many people do you know have walls and floors that move? You've never been to my house, Richard. You don't know what I'm doing down here. Maybe I came down through the floorboards and, made my island come back over. You don't know what's going on. And I have a gun safe over there. And when my house catches on fire, I can climb in it. You guys don't know. 21 people here. Love you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Oh, Night Owl's Toys. What's going on, buddy? He says, I think when Lori unmasked Myers on the table in the kitchen, I believe that was Nick Castle being unmasked in Halloween franchise. Best being unmasked in Halloween franchise ever. How dare they? I know they did demolish the Myers house. They did. I know that pisses you guys off, but what did you think they were going to do? You really thought they were going to let that house stand after, the boogeyman killed his sister in it in 78? Or no, my bad, in 63. And then, he killed that dog and it just laid on the floor for like 20 fucking years, man. That movie, the flashback, the dog was still there and they probably never picked it up over the past 40 years. And it's just a skeleton laying on the floor. God. No, I'm kidding. Big John and Little John moved that shit. Big John and Little John. Oh my gosh, a lot of people didn't like them. I fucking love them. I love them guys. If you guys are watching on Facebook, hop over to YouTube, buddy. Hop over to YouTube if you're watching on Facebook. Hop over to YouTube, hit that like button, pop in the poll. Let me know your thoughts. We got 24 votes in there. Keep it going. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know. But yeah, they demolished the Myers house. I'm fine with it. I mean, then they killed Karen, Big John, Little John. They killed Cameron. They killed Lonnie. obviously they had to tear the house down. I mean, maybe for symbolism reasons you didn't want it to, but that should have pissed Michael off altogether. You know, maybe that was the reason he came back. Maybe that was the reason he came back. Richard likes Big John and Little John. I love that scene whenever he's singing. I love that shit. The little story they told, he stabbed his sister in the tits. Big John and Little John. Love them. Don't know why people don't like them. Let me throw some love to my Facebook people. We got Chad. We got Todd Thibodeau on there. We got Thomas Romano. My sister, Kimmy. What's up? Herbert. Nicholas Joseph. What's up? Jesse Thomas. My neighbor. Gary Sim. Norman Flemmer Jr. Yo, mad people died in that house. I know. So all those people died. You knew they were going to have to demolish it. I mean, when something like that happens in real life, they usually demolish or do something to get rid of that building. You don't want to go back into it. Way too many bad memories. And of course it's haunted. Now it's haunted by fucking, what's his name? Cameron. He's up there playing PlayStation with his freaking skull. Up, down, left, right, left, down, up. You know, and then the special Myers twist, you know? What a douche. Corey was way better for her than Cameron. I do agree that the chemistry between her and Corey was better than her and Cameron. I really, really do. Do houses have memories? Yes, they do. I think they do. Well, it's just if anybody moved in that house, they're gonna know what happened there, and I don't think they're gonna want to live. I don't think they're gonna want to live there. Yes, Big John and Little John did, but they were crazy, so they didn't give a fuck. They were mad. They did really good decorating on that front porch with that pitchfork. But as the movie goes along, we see, okay. We're still wondering, where has Michael been all this time? And they keep zooming into this sewer. And then finally, once Corey gets his ass beat enough by those pieces of shit band kids, which blew my mind. I'm not saying band kids can't be tough and be cool. I'm not saying that. Very unexpected. I would have assumed it would have been like football players and stuff that were the bullies, but no, the band geeks. You really wanted Corey to beat their ass, but being the fact that he was already labeled a kid killer, I don't think he could afford to whoop some 17-year-old's ass. So he let them pick on him over and over and over. And Lori saw him and she felt bad and wanted to take him under her wing. And I love whenever she popped the tire and shit to get back at those kids. But yeah, Corey was just putting up with a lot of shit. And eventually the time was going to come. The time was going to come that he was going to snap and couldn't take it anymore. What's going on, Kyle? Herbert back in the game. Poor Allison went from a cheater to a psychopath. Maybe she was the psychopath, Herbert. Maybe she liked it like that. She liked it dark and dreary, in despair and psychotic. Maybe she liked it. But speaking of Allison, loved Allison in this movie. They gave her a shit ton to do. She had a lot more lines, a lot more dialogue. Wasn't as cringy as Kills. None of the dialogue was. I'd say best dialogue in the trilogy, definitely in Ends, for sure. Allison, her character was 20 times better than any of the other two movies. Sexy Matt, oh, you're sexy Matt MAGA. In Allison in this movie, whoo! Don't get me started. Smoking in this movie, smoking. I thought she was beautiful in this film. Loved her performance. Andy Matichak, amazing job in this movie. Loved anytime she was on screen, especially when her and Corey were together, for sure. Nikki X says, I think most people can relate to Corey on some level. We have all been bullied or treated unfairly in our lives at some point. I thought he did a good job. I agree 100%. He did an amazing job. Chad, you're still torn on this film? So you're debating if it's good or bad, or you're kind of in the middle? I can respect that. Melissa says, I hated Cameron in 18, and then Kills, felt bad for Cameron. I felt bad for Oscar. Yeah, he got messed up on that pool, though. That was a good death. I like that. Those motorcycle scenes reminded me of Lost Boys. Yeah, they kind of did. I know the inspiration, Christine, Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. If you haven't seen that movie, I recommend checking it out. It was a pretty good flick. I liked it a lot, actually. But I definitely see the comparisons because the aunt in that movie didn't want anybody else to have. It wasn't really her son. She kind of adopted the kid, but
she didn't want anybody else to be with her son. And obviously, Corey didn't want anybody else to be with Allison if he couldn't. And that's the similarity between that movie and this movie that David Gordon Green talked about. So if you haven't seen it, that is the connection between that film and this one. You hated Allison's scream. I'd make her scream. Pass. Move on. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Chad said he's going to watch it again real soon. Good. Watch it again. I watched it again yesterday. I really do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it for sure. If you haven't watched it more than once, give it a second watch. See if anything changes. Anybody who's only watched it one time. It might not, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to hate on anybody who doesn't like it for sure. Because there's people out there that love Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Talking about you, Brett. I'm not one of them. I do not like that movie at all, but I'm not going to be a dick to anybody, that does like it. So good for you if you do. I appreciate any love for the Halloween franchise at all. Any love at all. Let me go ahead and take another sip out of my amazing cup. Halloween Ends. Just soaking that Halloween Ends flavor down into my gullet. Damn, that tastes good. But I love the scenery, the atmosphere in this movie. The cinematography I thought was great. The sewer down below where Michael's been hiding out for these past 4 years, really creepy, really cool. I really loved the hell out of it. I know you love it, Brett. I know. I don't like it, but I am fine with you that you do. Ashton says, I think Ends will gain a cult following over time. I do believe you are right. Jess is going at 10 p.m. to see it in IMAX. Dude, that is awesome. I wish I could have seen it in IMAX. I would love to see it in IMAX. I should have, but I couldn't wait any longer. Had to see it on special preview night. Really good atmosphere down in that sewer, and that's when we see Michael for the first time come out, grab Corey, and this is the part, I think, where people start to lose interest in this movie and start to dislike it. Grabs Corey by the throat. He's looking at him. We see these flashbacks going on real quick. Quick cut. We don't know if Michael's seeing this. We don't know if Corey's reliving this in his mind. We don't exactly know what's going on. Is he passing the evil to him? Is that what's going on? But once again, if he really is passing the evil to him and people are mad, they should probably rethink that. If that's what actually happened, they should rethink it. Because in Halloween 4, people have no problem with what happened. Yes, I know they're related. That has nothing to do with it. The psychopathic genes were not in, Jamie this entire time, and they were just waiting to be exposed with the touch of the hand of Myers. No, that's not what happened. It's not what happened. Not at all. If you think the passing of evil was okay in H4, then you cannot sit here and say that it's not okay for this movie. If that's what happened. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if that's what you believe happened, you can't be against it. You can't be against it because it's already been done in this franchise. I don't think that's what happened. I don't. I think Michael just saw something in Corey that reminded him of himself deep down inside. Because within Michael, he's still technically a human. As much as we don't want to believe, he's been through a lot of shit in his life, he gotta be supernatural. Kills built that up, that he is supernatural. The beating he took by the mob. Iron Lady over there, hard pressing his freaking, coveralls while he's still wearing them. It happens. There's no way he survived an iron attack or getting beat up by anything that was there. A golf club, a 2x4, shot at point blank range, stabbed in the neck. 21 people here. You guys rock. Appreciate the love. They build him up to be this supernatural beast. And I think that's why it hurt Ends so much, because they put Myers up on this pedestal, and then Ends is saying, wait. Michael's more like down here. Way down here. Richard Strange says H4 was a part of a larger trilogy, the Thorn trilogy. H6, it is part of the trilogy, but I don't think it has anything to do with it. It has no Cult of Thorn elements in it. It's not even mentioned. So I don't really understand why it's considered part of it, just because Jamie goes through each part of each film in the trilogy, maybe. But yeah, Maga said didn't even seem like a third act of a trilogy. I get it; it's a little bit far extreme to one side of the way compared to the other two movies. But it was David Gordon Green's directorial choice to go this way. I respect it. I mean, if you don't, that's cool. I get it. It definitely is different. I didn't go into this movie and come out thinking I would have liked it, because this seems like a movie that I shouldn't like, but I did. Really, really dug it. Really, really dug the hell out of it, actually. So it definitely took me by surprise. Jeffman316, what's up? And the Spider Master, that's a new one. What's going on? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Jeffman, good. You liked it even more the second time. Good, good. I like that. Nikki X says someone needs to reboot Part 5, even if it's a Netflix series, but I'd like to see Danielle Harris get her turn. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that now that this is over. I'm glad you love 2018, though, Richard, because I know a lot of people weren't too crazy about that one. I'm a huge 2018 guy. Still my favorite of the three, for sure. Yeah, but if you don't like some, I get it. Not everybody's going to love every single movie that comes out, obviously. There's 13 Halloween movies. The most out of the big three. So if you don't like this one, you got a bunch of other delicious flavors to go ahead and take a scoop and put it in your bowl. I know everyone's going to be scooping 78 because that is the cream de la creme, my friends. Whatever the best flavor ice cream is, that's what Halloween 78 is. Just saying. I love Friday the 13th too, buddy. I am looking forward to it. Dude, Jeff Man. I wanted to bring this up for real. I wanted to bring this up. Maybe Corey knocked up Allison and we get baby Mikey. I was thinking about this last night during the stream with Nick, and I didn't bring it up. Yeah, they obviously had a little freaky stuff going on upstairs, or we can assume. I'm honestly thinking down the line, Allison got pregnant, and maybe, just maybe, she has a kid, and later on they can go over and explain, the kid's going to want to know who his dad was, and what is she going to tell him? I was thinking that exact same thing. So we are on the same page, Jeff, man. We are on the same page. And Brett, I saw that. Danielle Harris is definitely wants to come back as Jamie Lloyd. I definitely see that. And I'm down for it. I am down for that 100%. I am not against that whatsoever at all. John Tate and H2O, I would love to see another one. Yes, I know that Braden Timmons did the fan film, but it's not the same thing as a real film, unfortunately. So we could go down that path as well. But the Soar stuff, I don't think he was possessed. I don't think he transferred the evil. I just think that, Corey was just that rotten inside as of now. All the shit he's been through, getting bullied and being treated badly by the community of Haddonfield, and all those other punk-ass people that messed with him. I don't think he had a choice, but he just wanted to be like Myers. Spider Masters, I'm working on the trailer 2 of my Splatoon remake, the horror film. That's cool. That's nice. Didn't Donna Pleasance once say there should be 13 Halloween films, or I think he said he wanted to do 22 Halloween films, if I'm not mistaken, I think is where he said he wanted to quit. Yeah, I noticed a lot of stuff that happened in the trailer was obviously not in the movie. Michael stabbing the pillow was not in the movie. Saying let's go, a bunch of the shit that she did was not in this movie, and that's fine. Tina is dead. She's not getting resurrected. Busta Rhymes ain't dead, though. He's coming back, so you better get ready for him. Because he's coming. What are you gonna... Yeah, like Corey, what are you gonna do when Michael comes back for you? Because he is coming. That wasn't in the movie at all. And then, what did you guys think of that? When she woke up Corey knocking that chair against the wall, and then he got up and she was gone, just like Myers. Do you think she has a little bit of that inside of her as well? But she's the opposite. She's the good. She is the good, and Michael is the evil. She has powers too. You ever think about that? Yeah, Melissa. I do believe. I think we're just assuming that she did have sex with Corey when they went up to the bedroom that night and they were laying in bed. Obviously, she appeared to be naked. So, yeah, that was creepy, dude. When Corey was laying at that house and sleeping on the blood stain from that kid. It's pretty messed up. But I think Corey, the killings that Corey did once he started doing them, when he went back to the sewer and he did what many people say is a sin and is ridiculous, when he went down there and bullied Michael Myers, when Michael's just standing there in the sewer and he goes down and says, I need something from you, and pushes him, and then they get in a little scuffle and he knocks him over, rips the mask off, and then on his merry way he went. I know Michael should never be treated that way. I get it. But he's a 65-year-old man who has clearly had a bad diet of dogs and possibly humans and rats, and who knows? Who knows what else he was eating down there? He's been through a battle. He went through a war in 2018, and obviously he didn't get medical treatment, so he's rotting away down there. Rotting away. So Corey is a young, fit, 23 years later, 24-year-old kid. Man, whatever you want to call him. Obviously, he had the upper hand, took the mask, and said, you're just a guy. You're just a guy in a Halloween mask. And did his shit. But I think that's what pissed off Myers the most. Chad, COVID got Michael. He did sound like... he sounded worse than usual, okay? He sounded worse than usual. But I think that was enough to bring Michael up out of the sewer. The fact that kid disrespected him, took his mask off of him, and I think Michael just had it. When he did the sit-up, that was badass for sure. But Corey got the mask. He led those kills. He led all those kids to the junkyard where he worked, and those kids all had it coming because they treated him like shit. So I didn't feel bad for him. But he didn't kill anyone. He didn't kill anyone that didn't deserve to die. Not that I'm saying people deserve to die. That's not what I mean at all. I'm just saying they weren't good people. They weren't good people. He put on the mask. It seemed like a young Michael Myers to me, and I was all for it. I loved it. He got into the dump. He got into the tow truck, kind of like Michael did in Halloween 4. So I thought that was a nice homage. He killed the drummer kid with his drumstick. Good for him. He had a mullet. He deserved to die. Take that as you may. Maybe I'm not a fan of mullets. I don't know. But I loved it. He killed that kid. He got in the tow truck. He ran through the fence, ran over that girl. Oh, my God. Oh, whoa. I got to go back. Back. Officer Mulaney, okay? You're telling me that older guy, was with Allison. Get out of here. Why is Allison dating that guy? But whenever Corey led him down to the sewer, and he's standing on top of the ledge, and he looked like a young Michael Myers from back in the day. He looked just like him. And then we see he's shining the flashlight over before that, and you see Michael kind of like cowering because I don't think he had the strength right then and there to take care of business by himself. I think he needed help. And that's when Corey started attacking him with the flashlight. He's telling Michael got shoved to the ground. He's trying, get up. He needed his help. He gets the knife, slits his throat. Corey's holding him down. And that's when Michael starts stabbing him. And he's starting to, I know people don't like that he's starting to have like an orgasm as he's killing. But the more he kills, the more he transcends. He needed that to feel the rage. And the way Michael looked down in the sewer, the camera work, he looked amazing. He was so well lit, so menacing down in the sewer. I loved it. Amstel Grayson, thanks for the love on Facebook, buddy. You are the man. Appreciate it. Yes, they did share that orgasm while killing Doug. I did not care. They had a threesome, but it was a killing threesome, and it was nice. The more he stabbed him, he's just starting to build up that strength, and you know that he's going to be coming back. but he's not quite there yet. He's getting there. He is getting there. Exactly, Courtney, that blue hue around him. I know it's not for everybody. I know. I get it. But I liked it so much. But back to Corey at the junkyard. Great scene. He wasn't going to kill his stepfather, I don't believe. He had his mask off at that time, but then you see him slip it back on. And then the mystique comes back. That kid shoots his stepfather. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He thinks he's the other girl, Margot, is pinned down. That's when you get the fucking blowtorch to the face kill. In the mouth. He's torching the shit out of him. I loved every minute of it. I wish they would have shown it a little bit more. It's kind of blurred out a little bit, but we get what's going on. It's pretty sick, pretty twisted. I know what you guys are thinking, but Michael didn't do it, so it doesn't count. I get it. I get it. But I loved it. I did love it. And then he goes over and he does a Sartain kill and steps on her face. Even though she was the nicest one of the four. So maybe I thought he would have let her live. Nope. Steps her face, runs her over with the tow truck, and Corey's on his merry way to the radio station to go kill that piece of shit DJ Willie, who called Corey an ugly-ass motherfucker and treated Allison like shit. So kind of had that coming. Damn, I skipped some scenes. Damn it. The kill scene. The Dr. Mathis, who a lot of people were, theorizing that he would have a bigger role in this movie, but really he had little or if no role in this movie besides to piss off Corey and Allison and kill nurse, what was her name? Deb, I think, who was annoying as fuck. So, let's talk about that scarecrow mask. I liked it. I did. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but when he's back there stabbing the shit out of him on the floor with the corkscrew, it's what we wanted to see in Halloween H2O. Another nice homage that many people probably wouldn't even focus on or pay attention to. Homage, again, to Halloween H2O, stabbing him in the neck. Beautiful. Loved it. And then he's trying to get Deb. Michael's inside. He looks amazing. Chokes her ass up against the wall. Get that replica of the Bob kill again. Beautifully done. Loved it. Really, really dug the hell out of it. So yeah. And then Corey, I don't know if he's like starting to heal from the evil or he just doesn't feel it because the adrenaline is just pumping in him so much. I agree, Corey. That is fog vibes. That's what I said. This movie had Carpenter all over it. In the radio tower, didn't have the significance in it that many people thought that it would have had. I think the fact that Michael stood at his window looking at that radio tower, and Corey, that's the connection to Corey, that he would go on top of the radio station and just look up, and look at that radio tower as a beacon and just focus on it. I think that's the connection. Another link between Corey and Michael. So just another avenue that they are very similar, and I'm fine with that as well. I have nothing to do with it. The radio tower did look cool, Courtney. It really did. I got no problems with that either. And I know you guys are probably thinking, dude, you haven't really said anything bad about this movie at all. I don't really have that many bad things personally to talk about. I really did enjoy this movie, and most people thought that I wouldn't because I have a set standard and I like certain things. And I like the usual Michael stalk, stab, repeat, which this movie was not at all. But the fact that Corey just enticed me so much and that I fell in love with the character, I think that's why I didn't dislike this movie as much as many people would have thought. But I do love the radio DJ death. I love that he slammed his face against the table. His teeth are like, his face is indented. His teeth are gone. Reaches in, cuts off his tongue, and keeps skipping the record. I don't know if that was supposed to be kind of like dark humor, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was great. And then Corey just leaves. And this whole time, I just see... I did, MAGA. I did. Richard, I know. I did find enjoyment. It's weird, and I probably shouldn't. But, you know, I definitely like what I like on this channel for sure. I don't usually sway, you know, on my movies too much. I don't try to fit in with the crowd like, you know, some other people do. I'm not saying anybody that watches me or that I associate with does that, but there are people out there that will flip-flop back and forth. You know, I am 100% real. I know you're shocked. I'm 100% true. I'm not going to just sit here and try and bullshit people and whatnot. Okay, Rick. You like Halloween Resurrection? That's cool. I respect that, dude. I do. I respect the hell out of that. I really did like this movie, and you know, we finally get, you know, the confrontation with Corey and Jamie. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. I get it. Laurie Strode. We think she's gonna commit suicide. Do we really think she's gonna commit suicide? For a minute, I kind of did, but if they would have done that, I think that would have lost the audience completely. I think it would have ruined a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And Courtney, I see you sending me some stuff on Messenger, buddy. I see you. Better be something nice down there. Better be something. I can't wait to look at it. But the confrontation, he shoots him, falls over the balcony, very similar to the original Halloween, very similar to how Jeremy fell over the balcony at the beginning of this movie. Yeah, so I like that. And Corey was obviously just so gone at this point. And Laurie, he thought I think Corey thought that Laurie really thought that him and Allison should be together. He's the reason they were set up in the first place. But I think, you know, Laurie saw that they were wrestling. Wait, wrestling in the sewer? They were wrestling in the sewer. I know, that was a little goofy. Thank you, Mom, for the love on Facebook. That was a little goofy. I get it. A little bit of a wrestling match, but, you know, I'm fine with it. I am. Michael was weak. He's 65 years old. Eventually, the evil is powerful, but the body eventually is going to fade away. It had to transfer and go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Eventually, the body would break down. I get it. You don't want it to happen. It's Michael Myers. It should never happen. That's not the way we want to see him. We don't want to see him vulnerable. I get it. But eventually it's going to happen. And it did happen. And that's the direction that they took this movie. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not. But obviously we know that Corey, you know, he sits up. He stabs himself. And said, if no one can have her, if I can't have her, no one will. Right in the throat, man. And that's whenever Allison happens to come home conveniently and see that. And Laurie is just there. Yeah, that's what I thought, Herbert, that it was going to keep it going, but it didn't. I thought a copycat Michael might be a way to prolong this franchise in this particular storyline, which they decided not to go that way. I'm fine with it. We got a definitive ending in this movie. The ending of this movie, that's where the complaints come in for me. It was rushed, obviously. It was quick. I thought there wasn't enough time, but I think the way they were going, it's almost pushing 2 hours. I think they needed to hurry up and get this thing over with, is what they were thinking. I think we needed a little bit more fight. We needed a little bit more Laurie versus Michael. I love that she outsmarted him, put the food in the microwave. It's blowing up, pops out, starts whacking him. You know, another nice homage to H2O. With the garbage disposal. We didn't get to see it happen again. A little tease. We didn't get to see it happen again. But Corey did the Eddie Guerrero trick to Laurie. Maga says, Matt, I was okay for him to die, but they could have done it with respect, not weak. Invulnerable. It killed my insides. I liked the way, you know, the fight, they stab him, pin him to the table, you know. Yeah, pin him to the table, you know, got the other hand, pinned him down, hit it down with the frying pan, put the fridge on top of him so they wouldn't be able to move. And then, well, she also stabbed him in the chest, and then he just did that amazing sit-up, and the knife came right out. I loved it. And also, Michael pinned down, rips his hand away to start choking Laurie. And then here comes Allison, breaks his arm on the table after he got his throat slit, which I thought was amazing because how else? I didn't know how else you're going to go about killing Michael Myers. Okay, we've done the decapitation. If we would have done that again, it would have been hated. We've done the fire thing already multiple times. It would have been hated. So, yeah, we had to do something different. And I think the only way was to drain the blood from the body. Once the blood was gone, there was no coming back. It was the end of Michael. Unfortunately, it was a bit sad. I mean, he is Michael Myers. We loved him for 40 plus years. And to see him actually be taken out and knowing that that's not going to be a paramedic and whatnot, I think it really hit. And I think Laurie finally killed her boogeyman. You know, the ending procession with Michael on the car roof, you know, to show the whole town that the boogeyman is finally dead. He's not going to haunt anyone anymore. And then to lead him back to the damn meat grinder. That's the meat grinder. You know what I mean? My kids watch that shit on YouTube all the time. Putting all kinds of stuff in the meat grinder. So what's it going to do when Michael gets put in the meat grinder? I think they just wanted to solidify it, that he's not coming back. That even if he got his throat slit, maybe his hand could move. Maybe he's going to come back. No. A definitive ending. Sandra somehow survived after getting stabbed in the throat. That was a little weird, but just go with it. We get to see Julian. We got a few scenes with Kyle Richards. I think we wanted some more. We didn't get to see. She wasn't involved in a procession, but that might have been filmed after the fact. I'm thinking that's why she wasn't there. I am curious to see what ending was filmed that people did not like. I'm very curious to see what that was going to be. Hopefully it makes it into the Blu-ray special feature section, alternate ending. I want to see it. I really do. I did like the ending we got, but I am looking forward to seeing the other one as well. Yeah. I think we all wanted, I think a lot of people wanted Laurie to die, but I just don't think they had the balls to do it. Just like in the Scream franchise, they're not going to have the balls to kill Sidney Prescott if she comes back. So there's really no different. I think that's a similar connection between those two franchises. Nick Cooling, what's up, buddy? Bloggerty Schmo, what's up, Halloween Ends? Would have made a great horror TV series like Bates Motel. As a film, it didn't work. I respect that opinion, buddy. I do. I would have liked to see it as a TV series. That'd have been pretty cool to see what they could have done. I loved Ends. I really did. I'm not just saying that to be different. I'm not. I'm saying that because that is how I really feel. I liked it, and I had a good time with the movie. Even my wife liked it, and she did not like Kills whatsoever. She did not like Kills. She hated it. I left Kills. I was confused. Like, what the hell did I just watch? Nick says, I'm still processing the film. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I get it, buddy. Watch it again. Watch it a couple more times. I think the alternate version had Allison shooting Corey, and he fell out of the house. They pulled a 78, and he was gone. I'm not going to lie. I would have liked that. I wanted Corey to continue. I really do. I know that's not Michael Myers, but he could have become that. You know, he's in the costume. He had the same feel. He had the same mannerisms, movements. His kills were brutal. I would have been cool with it. I would have been fine with it. I really would have. I liked it. Kills went down in my ranking. Kills, I can't wait to release my ranking. I'm not going to say where these movies rank on here because I'd like to do a separate video for that for you guys. What? You want to come back? Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. The Kills. You like Michael Myers? You don't like Michael Myers. You're a liar. Or do you like Jason?
Yeah.
What's Jason say? Oh, he does say, you're a liar. You love Michael Myers. Bloggerty says Myers and Kills was a result of Frankenstein and Terminator having a baby. Yes. MAGA, go give it another watch for sure. October 24th for the ranking. Yes, I am going to. Michael Myers. What's your brother doing? It's going to be a while. I'm going to let this marinate. My letterbox, I do have it ranked, but I'm not going to disclose that here because then nobody would want to watch my ranking video. Not that anybody really cares otherwise. I don't mind the Franken Terminator. I felt like they abandoned the Corey storyline too soon. I loved Corey. I wanted more Corey. I wish he wouldn't have died. I think that would ruin the legacy of Michael Myers, kind of, but not. But then again, evil always transcends. You know what I mean? The evil transcends. Michael's is dead, but Michael was just a vessel for the evil. So the evil could totally go a different route, go into a different body that's consumed with pure evil, pure hate. It was in Corey's eyes. That's why, the dad said, I tried to forgive him and talk to him, but there was just something different. Something different with Corey. The evil was already in there. I don't think it was a transfer from Myers to him. I just think that that's just the path that he was going down in pure evil was what was in his heart. And that's just how I feel. What I didn't like, not enough Myers in the soundtrack was a little lackluster for me. Everything else I really, really enjoyed. I had a good time with it. If you weren't a fan of this movie the first time, go back, give it a second watch, see if you change your mind. If you don't, that's still fine. I respect your opinion. All you guys tonight were very respectful of me, and I do really, really appreciate it. I didn't know if I'd get any trolls tonight because I know the Halloween Ends troll fest is going on. People shitting on the people who love it. People shitting on the people who hate it. I usually don't have trolls in my chat for some reason. I don't know if I am not cool enough. I'm probably not relevant enough to have trolls. I know we had some trolls last night with Nick, and some of my buddies have been experiencing the trolls. So I don't know. I guess I'm not doing it right, guys. I don't get trolls like other people. I don't know. I get respectful people here. I don't know. It's awesome. It's awesome. Show me how to do it. Didn't Corey say that? Yes, Corey did say that. There you go. I got a troll. Jeff Man says you suck. Well, I'm not doing this anymore. You guys hate me. No. It's cool, though. I don't have I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it. So maybe that's why I don't have the trolls. That's probably where Nick gets his trolls from, because he's big on Twitter, and I'm not so big on Twitter. I don't really use it at all, so maybe that's it. But I'm glad that I'm glad I don't have any, but I kind of want some. But it's okay. It's all right. I will take the amazing audience that I do get, the amazing people that stop by the chat, hit it with a like, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon, send in super chats. Anybody who does anything for me, I really do appreciate it, because that's going above and beyond of anything that I ever would have anticipated on this channel, for sure. It really does mean a lot to me. Caleb, thanks for the love on Facebook, along with Nick Cooling. Love it. Puzzle pieces. There are 15 real people on Twitter. Yeah, because everybody else is just there. Okay, Bloggerty, I'm a bum. I'm a fucking bum. Thank you. Make me feel a little bit better with the little tiny, the weak sauce trolling that I do get. But that's okay. That is all right. It's a good thing I don't have any, because then I don't have to worry about people, being a dick to me or anything like that. So, love it. Definitely had a good time tonight talking Halloween Ends. Very respectful chat. I want to thank all of you guys for showing up tonight. If you didn't already, definitely make sure to hit that like button for me. It means a lot. If you're watching after the fact, let me know your thoughts on Halloween Ends. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I would really love to know. Exactly, Bloggerty. Exactly. It's just a film. And that's exactly what I posted on Instagram earlier on my story. It's just a movie, If you liked it, great. If you didn't, that's fine too. Just respect everybody. Just respect everyone. That's all that it is. We're all people. It's just a movie. It's all subjective. And there's no reason to get bent out of shape if somebody likes a movie that you don't. It's totally cool. Jeff Mann says, I want to get you on a stream soon, buddy. Well, we can make it happen, buddy. We can make it happen. October's almost over, and it's going to be a less busy time of year for all of us crazy horror YouTubers. So, yeah, I'm down for that. Jordan from J Carts Arts messaged me this morning. He's looking to collab too. Obviously going to keep doing some collabs with James like I always do. The BTM podcast with Roxy and Chad and Nick, and gonna keep collabing with Nick from the Lost River Drive-In. I know I said that a bunch of times tonight, but he's a really cool dude, and we have a really good time talking horror. So we're gonna keep doing that. Let me go ahead and get in here and close the poll down, and let's see the final results for that. Very curious. I didn't look at it until right now, so let's see what the poll says. Let's see. Takes a while for it to pop up. Okay. The final poll statistics are, what did you guys think of Halloween Ends? 3 to 4 got 48%. 5 got 28%. Holy shit, a 5 out of 5. Nice. 1 to 2 got 17%, and 0 got 5%. There was 35 votes in the poll, so that's a good number. And so it looks like it's averaging out between 3 to 4. So I am happy with that. I gave this film a surprising 4.5 out of 5. Shocking, I know. That's what I gave it. I loved it. Had a good time. If you didn't, I totally get why you didn't, but it worked for me. I respect your opinions just the way you guys respected mine. Loved every minute of hanging out with you guys tonight, talking Halloween Ends. I think we peaked out at about 22 people tonight. That's really good for me. Really good. Trying to build this channel and make it a fun, safe place for people to come and talk horror. Now that Halloween Ends is officially in the books, got a ranking coming out. Probably will maybe rank some masks again. Rank the Myers again, portrayals. I don't know. Do I have to put Rosie? How is it going? How are you? Nice to see you down there. Yeah, it's definitely going to be different. Gotta have a Halloween Ends watch along coming up. Have a good night, Zach. Appreciate you stopping in, buddy. Really do appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate the super chat earlier from my main man, Lamantra. Means the world to me. Really do appreciate it. Gory Tiger, have a good night. Everybody else that stopped in, have a really, really good night. Definitely make sure to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you are... Oh, what, buddy? We're going to go upstairs and hang out. Subscribe if you're new. Oh, you're good, Rosie. Wednesday, Halloween Ends watch-along. Come back. Going to be a good time. Maybe we can make you... the watch-along should be Wednesday night, I believe, Rick. Probably about 8:30 p.m. Hold on. We're going to be done. I promise. If you want to come back, me, James, possibly Nick... What? We're going to be here rocking out, having a good time. Love all your freaking faces. Links are below to everything, like I said, my Instagram, Facebook page, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee. All support. Greatly appreciated. Love you guys. And I will see you in the next one. I'm going to leave you with the final battle from Kills.